मीते सखी माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
दंडवत प्रणाम
दीप्ति
माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण दीप्ति माता जी, रक्षा माता जी, नित्य सखी माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
दंडवत प्रणाम समता माता जी एंड रक्षा माता जी। हरे कृष्ण।
दंडवत प्रणाम संता माता जी, रक्षा माता जी, हरि बोल।
दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्णा दंडवत प्रणाम टू ऑल डिवोटीज। एम आई ऑडिबल?
यस यस माता जी।
यस माता
ओके
जी।
प्रभु जी। फर्स्ट टाइम लॉग इन किया तभी नहीं हुआ था, कुछ प्रॉब्लम था।
अच्छा
दंडवत प्रणाम टू ऑल डिवोटीज।
दंडवत प्रणाम माता जी।
प्रभु जी, मैं स्टार्ट विद द कीर्तन सेवा।
यस यस।
हरे कृष्णा। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितनं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय हो। हरि नाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की जय हो। श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय हो। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय प्रभुपाद की जय हो। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानं जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वप्नदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणा रघुनाथावितान्तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखावितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनेति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनेति नामिने श्रीमते भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वतीति नामिने श्रीवार्षभानवी देवी दैताय कृपावते कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः माधुर्योज्वल प्रेमाढ्य श्री रूपानुग भक्तिद श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुगविरुद्धाप सिद्धान्तध्वान्तहारिणे नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्बरसाम्बोधे पादाम्बुजाय ते नमः नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगवराय ते गौराविभावभूमि स्वं निर्देष्टा सज्जनप्रियः वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्रीजगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितनं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतुषे नमः पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त श्रीराधा कान्त नमस्तुते जयतां सुरतोपङ्गोर्मम मन्दमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदाम्बोजो श्रीराधा मदनमोहनो दिव्यवृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमादः श्रीमद्रत्नागारसिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद्राधाशीलगोविन्ददेवो प्रेष्ठालिभिसेव्यमानो स्मरामि श्रीमान् रासरसारम्भी वंशीवट ततः स्थितः कर्षणवेणुस्वनेर्गोपी गोपीनाथ श्रीस्तु नमः तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी श्रीराधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपाद की जय श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय हो हरे कृष्णा धन्यवाद प्रणाम कर डिवोटीज ओवर टू नित्य सखी माता जी
Hare Krishna. Is PPT visible?
Yes, yes.
यस माता जी
Hare Krishna, Dandatrana. Hare Krishna to all devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to His Grace Charu Prabhuji, His Grace Sharad Prabhuji, and all dear devotees. So we are going through Advanced Srimad Bhagavatam course, and we are going through Canto 11 and Chapter 11, and from that, which considers about the Uddhav Gita. So we will dive into it, and This particular lesson 159 includes the verses of this 11th chapter from 23 to 49. So, as per the BBT text and purpose, so as we can see, these verses, they do consist of Lord Krishna's detailed explanation to Uddhava regarding the characteristics of liberated soul, the devotee, and the supreme path of devotional service, that is bhakti. So, in an essence, this particular lesson, it is a summary of all the key themes within these verses, that is characteristics of a devotee from verses 22 to 28, then transcending material nature verses 29 to 32, the power of bhakti, that is verses 33 to 37, the best path, that is devotional service from verses 38 to 40, and the method of purification from verse.
Mataji, recap. Recap in about 10 minutes.
I have.
Yes, Mataji, I have to do recap seva today.
Okay, will you do Raksha Mataji recap first?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, okay.
माताजी आप 158 भी शेयर करेंगे प्लीज 158 लेसन
मुझे डाउनलोड करना पड़ेगा फिर से करूँ क्या
हाँ हो सके तो प्लीज अदरवाइज सारे प्रभु जी प्लीज इफ पॉसिबल हरे कृष्णा दंडवत प्रणाम टू ऑल डिवोटीज
Hare Krishna
today I am
Mataji.
doing the recap seva kindly forgive me if I did any mistake. So last time Nitya Sakhi Mataji has done 158 lesson number 158 chapter 11 Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 11 the first section the condition and the liberated jivas the difference between the condition and the liberated jivatmas shloka 1 to 22nd and second section today she will be doing this the qualities of the devotees and the angas of the bhakti from 23 to 49 shloka. So let's we have very less time. We will do the fast recap. So first condition versus liberated souls. तो ये थीम में जो है तो हम कैसे समझ सकते हैं कि कौन कंडीशन है और कौन लिबरेटेड है कोई बता सकता है
हरे
Yes,
कृष्ण
Mataji.
माताजी दंडवत प्रणाम
Yes, Mataji.
The conditioned soul is highly desperate with false ego, and liberated soul enjoys the immense freedom and spiritual thought and activity.
यस माता जी और मोस्टली जो कंडीशन सोल होते हैं वो कौन से मोड में होते हैं कंडीशन सोल क्यों कहलाते हैं क्योंकि वो
False
It's
ego,
under
they-
the Maya.
false
It's
ego.
under the Maya.
थ्री
False ego
मोड्स
and
ऑफ
Maya.
मटेरियल नेचर से बंधे हैं है ना
And they
Yes,
have
yes.
false ego and pride
And
also.
they are under
Yes.
Maya.
यस माता जी वेरी ट्रू तो अगर माया से अगर मुक्त होना हो तो हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा
We have to.
We have-
Yes,
माया
continue, Mata.
माया से मुक्त होने के लिए we have to understand what Maya is, because Maya takes away from Lord Krishna. And if we'll understand what Maya is, then we can free ourselves from material entanglement.
मीन्स हमें भगवान की शरण लेनी पड़ेगी है
हाँ,
ना
भगवान का शरण लेने
हाँ
And we should,
अगर हम
Last
Yes,
week,
Mataji,
Charu,
carry on.
last week, Charu she gave that Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana,
हाँ,
right?
Yes, वो
That is
सीखना
the process.
पड़ेगा
Yeah,
यस प्रभु जी यस देवी ऐसा गुणमयी मम माया दूरत्वया मामेव प्रपद्यन्ते माया में तम तरन्ति अगर हम शरणागत होते हैं गुरु को और भगवान को तो माया से पार हो जाते हैं बराबर ना
we should get detached from desires and this material
यस
things.
माताजी यस माताजी नाउ नेचर ऑफ द सुप्रीम पर्सनालिटी ऑफ गॉडहेड can anyone explain this nature what is the nature of the Lord
Lord is always Lord is compassionate, loving, and this
He is eternally liberated. I mean, so-called is eternally liberated. He is Satchitanand, and he is beyond the three modes of material nature because material nature is controlled by him.
Yes, और
Through
complete
material nature controls us through three modes of material nature. That's Sadguna,
Yes.
Rajaguna, Tamoguna.
और भगवान के बारे में एक ही शब्द में बताना हो तो क्या बोल सकते हैं हम भगवान
So he
कैसे
is a
है? षड
Satchitanand.
ऐश्वर्य से संपूर्ण.
Ultimate soul is Paramatma.
Yes,
Ultimate
Mataji.
soul, the source of all living beings.
It's
Yes, Mataji.
love, knowledge,
Of
and
all
wisdom.
causes.
Yes, Mataji. डिवोशनल प्रैक्टिसेस, हम डिवोशनल प्रैक्टिसेस कैसे कर सकते हैं?
There are so many ways, by chanting, by sadhu sang, and by loving devotion towards Krishna, and having the qualities of saint persons, such as love.
सबसे पहले हमें क्या करना चाहिए? सबसे पहले हमारी बिगिनिंग कैसे होगी डिवोशनल सर्विस की? श्रवणम.
Connect with Krishna.
ये श्रद्धा से, श्रद्धा और श्रवणम करने से, है ना?
साधना भक्ति.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Now, qualities of the saintly person. So, can anyone elaborate how many qualities have the saintly person?
Saintly persons should be merciful, truthful, self-controlled, and he must have a unwavering focus on Krishna, and he should be kind, and his integrity should be high.
Yes,
These are the
Mataji.
qualities of a highly saintly person.
यस माताजी. और यहाँ पे एक दूसरा भी अभी आज के लेक्चर में माताजी बताएंगे कि अगर हम श्री कृष्णा को हम शरणागत होते हैं, एक ही क्वालिटी जो है टोटल 29 क्वालिटीज बताई है, अगर उसमें से हम उनमें से मत शरणम मतलब उनका शरण लेते हैं तो सारी क्वालिटी ऑटोमेटिकली धीरे धीरे करके हमें इम्बाइड हो जाएगी.
Humility and loving devotional service.
Yes, Mataji. Role of knowledge and ignorance. तो नॉलेज अगर हमारा इग्नोरेंस कैसे दूर होगा?
By knowledge.
कौन सा नॉलेज?
Bhagavad Tattva Vijnana.
विज्ञान.
About
Right.
self relation, about us, about Lord, about the material nature. All that is.
Yes. Because we are.
Practical knowledge.
हाँ, प्रैक्टिकल.
माताजी,
जो नॉलेज हमें मिला है उनको फिर अप्लाई भी करना पड़ेगा लाइफ में. जैसे हम लोग करते हैं, अभी श्रीला प्रभुपाद ने हमें बताया है कि 4 नियम के पालन कीजिए, चैंटिंग करिए और शास्त्रों का अध्ययन कीजिए. तो वो सब प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज है. वो हमें व्रत करते हैं, हम एकादशी रखते हैं, उत्सवों को सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, वो सब प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन होती है. तो लिबरेटेड सोल जो होते हैं वो एवरी सिचुएशन में कैसे रहते हैं? जो भी उनके जीवन में घटती है, जो भी सिचुएशन आती है, तो वो सिचुएशन में वो उनका कैसा होता है माइंड?
Hare Krishna Mataji, that liberated soul are not shaken by the life dualities, by too much happiness and distress with detachment. So they are equal. वो एक समान रहते हैं.
एक समान रहते हैं. इक्वानिमिटी जैसे रहते हैं.
Yes.
Yes. और कंडीशन सोल होता है तो वो कैसे बिहेव करते हैं उस सिचुएशन में?
वो दुख आते ही घबरा जाते हैं और सुख आने से खुशी हो जाते हैं. ये चलता रहता है. वो दुखेशु नहीं रह पाते, स्टेबल नहीं रह पाते.
यस. और लिबरेटेड सोल जो होते हैं वो धीरे धीरे करके डिटेच भी हो जाते हैं मटेरियल वर्ल्ड से भी. और कौन सी भक्ति प्राप्त करते हैं? वो पराभक्ति प्राप्त करते हैं. ओके. हमारे जीवन में स्पिरिचुअल मास्टर का क्या महत्व है?
spiritual masters are direct representative of God. They show us the roadmap to bhakti, and they teach us how to develop contact with Lord Krishna.
वेरी नाइस। और सबसे पहले हमें गुरु के प्रति क्या होनी चाहिए? हमें एज अ शिष्य
हम्बल, विनम्र होना चाहिए,
विनम्र होना चाहिए और कभी एनवियस नहीं होनी चाहिए हमारे में, कंप्लीट फ्री ऑफ एनवियसनेस, राइट? ओके, सो अभी नेचर ऑफ द सोल, हमारा हम कैसे हैं, हम बाय नेचर कैसे हैं?
कृष्ण नित्य दास,
कृष्ण स्वरूप,
Yes.
शिवेर
Yes.
स्वरूप,
स्वरूप कृष्ण नित्य दास।
We are eternal.
हाँ,
ममे वांशो जीवलोके जीवभूत सनातन, सनातन है। और हम लोग यहाँ पे ये मटेरियल वर्ल्ड में किस वजह से फंस गए हैं? बिकॉज ऑफ
कर्मा, our karmas.
because of our desires and our karma, past deeds and our desires. Very true. अभी इल्यूजन के बारे में तो अभी हमने देख लिया है, तो वो स्किप करती हूँ। लिबरेशन एंड बॉन्डेज, यस। कभी हमें लिबरेशन प्राप्त होता है और कब हमें बॉन्डेज प्राप्त होता है, क्या करने से?
हमें साधु की जो क्वालिटीज अगर हम उस लेते जाते हैं तो हमें वो लिबरेशन की ओर जाते हैं। और अगर हम डिजायर और दिस मटेरियल एनर्जी से ज्यादा अटैच होते हैं तो देन वी गेट सफरिंग।
यस, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ लिबरेशन?
free from birth cycle and death cycle of birth and death.
यस, और अब हमारे जो रियल स्वरूप जो है उसमें स्थिर होना। हमारा जैसे जैसे हम अगर हमारा जन्म नहीं होगा दूसरा, तो फिर हम क्या होंगे? हमारा भगवान हमारा रियल रूप दिखाएंगे और हमें फिर अगर जन्म लेना पड़े फिर भी हम ले सकते हैं। भगवान बोलेंगे आप ये सेवा करने के लिए जा सकते हैं, तो वो लेना पड़ेगा, बराबर ना?
यस।
तो यस माता जी, थैंक यू माता जी। डिवोशनल सर्विस, भक्ति हमें कैसे जोड़ती है भगवान से? भक्ति क्या है? मीडियम है भक्ति हमारा, भगवान को कैसे जोड़ती है
Bhakti
हमें?
transfers our consciousness from material to spiritual and connects with the Lord.
Yes, and it is a transformative process. It is a reciprocation. अगर हमें कुछ भगवान से कहना है तो हम कैसे कहेंगे? द्वारा भक्ति के द्वारा कह सकते हैं। जो सब डिवोशनल प्रैक्टिसेस करते हैं तो भगवान से हम कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंस का साथ कर सकते हैं भक्ति के द्वारा, बराबर ना? यस। अभी विद्या और अविद्या, वो उसमें क्या डिफरेंस है? विद्या कैसे कहते हैं और अविद्या किसे कहते हैं?
Spiritual knowledge is known as vidya, whereas avidya is confusion dominated by maya.
And both are the which energy of the Lord?
Maya, bahiranga.
External energy of the Lord. Both are the external energy of the Lord. एक जो है वो भगवान से हमें जोड़ती है और एक दूसरी जो अविद्या जो है वो हमें से भगवान से दूर ले जाती है। तो जो अविद्या होती है तो उससे हमें बॉन्डेज प्राप्त होता है, वापस जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि में हम फंसते हैं, और विद्या के द्वारा हमें ये संसार में से लिबरेशन मिलता है, ये चारों में से भव रोग में से मुक्ति मिलती है ना?
यस।
तो द रिलेशन बिटवीन द इंडिविजुअल एंड द सुप्रीम, हमारा और ये जो थीम जो है उसमें कौन सा एग्जाम्पल दिया गया है और हम कैसे रिलेट कर सकते हैं?
इसमें माता जी वो जो 2 बर्ड्स की जो वो एक ट्री पर बैठे, एक पेड़ पर बैठे हैं, वो एनालॉजी दी गई है। 2 पक्षी जो बैठे हैं।
तो
एक
जो आत्मा है वो क्या करता है?
वो देखता है क्या हो रहा है।
नहीं, वो फ्रूट्स खा रहा है अपने,
फ्रूट खा रहा है, आत्मा
वो
फ्रूट खा रहा है,
हाँ,
एंड सुपर सोल जो है, परमात्मा जो है, वो देख रहा है क्या हो रहा है।
परमात्मा उनको कंटिन्यूस देख रहे हैं कि वो क्या कर रहा है ना? बहुत ही
यस
शांति से भगवान हमें देख रहे हैं कि कभी तो एक दिन आएगा कि हम मेरी तरफ मुड़े, राइट?
यस
ओके, थैंक यू माता जी। प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन ऑफ स्पिरिचुअल नॉलेज, हम ये जो स्पिरिचुअल नॉलेज है हम तो हमारे दिन ब दिन जीवन में हम कैसे अप्लाई कर सकते हैं?
मियर इंटेलेक्चुअल ग्रास्पिंग करके कंसेप्ट को चलना नहीं चाहिए। हमको भगवत तत्व विज्ञान पर भक्ति करना चाहिए, ऑथेंटिक भक्ति करना चाहिए, ट्रूली डेडिकेटेड होना चाहिए और लविंग सर्विस भगवान को करते रहना चाहिए।
टेम्पल में जो सर्विस होती है वो करनी चाहिए, फिर कथा सुननी चाहिए ज्यादा से ज्यादा, फिर वैष्णव सेवा करनी चाहिए, फिर सेलिब्रेशन जो मंदिर में होते हैं फेस्टिवल्स वगैरह, उसका हमें उसमें पार्ट लेना चाहिए, दान देना चाहिए, चैंटिंग अच्छे से करनी चाहिए, अटेंटिव चैंटिंग करनी चाहिए, और हमारा माइंड जो है कंप्लीटली एब्जॉर्ब होना चाहिए, फिक्स्ड होना चाहिए डिवोशनल सर्विस के प्रति। तो ये लास्ट टाइम हमने सीखा था, नित्य सखी माता जी ने बहुत अच्छा क्लास लिया था। तो और आज अभी हम दूसरा उनसे नेक्स्ट जो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ द सेंटली पर्सन और आगे बढ़ेंगे। ओवर टू यू माता जी। थैंक यू माता जी फॉर सो वंडरफुल सेवा। हरे कृष्णा। धन्यवाद, प्रणाम टू ऑल डिवोटीज।
Hare Krishna.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Recaps, Mataji. Thank you.
थैंक यू माता जी, वंडरफुल रिकैप।
श्री प्रभुपाद की जय हो।
Yeah, is it visible?
Yes, yes.
यस यस माता जी।
Yeah, it is the divine wisdom today, as Raksha Mataji said, the qualities of a pure devotee is the essence. And in summary, uh, the essence of this particular chapter, 11.11, from verses 23 to 49. So here, the devotion to God, that is called as bhakti. So out of 7 points, the first point is this, and qualities of a pure devotee. So this particular chapter covers the characteristics of a devotee, describes that a devotee is compassionate, harmless, patient, truthful, follows Suchi, and has no material desires, no possessions, is peaceful, and relies entirely on Lord Krishna rather than just the mundane things. Transcending material nature, the true devotee is unswayed by the modes of material nature, that is goodness, passion, and ignorance, and conquers the 6 enemies of the mind, and maintains the equilibrium in both happiness and distress. I just now, Raksha Mataji also said. The power of bhakti is, Lord Krishna explains to Uddhava that even if a devotee involuntarily commits a mistake, the devotee is protected by the Lord, just like Prahlad Maharaj, we also see, because they have surrendered themselves. Okay, so it's unlike Gyan Yoga and Karma Yoga, which can fail. Devotional service, even if it's not perfectly executed, carries no risk of fall down. Then the best path, as told by Lord Krishna to Uddhavji, is devotional service that has been highlighted and is the supreme method, the superior one, and it is more superior to just mere speculation and renunciation, etc. Then the mode of the method of purification by offering the fruits of one's work, um, whatever profession we are, we do offer to Krishna, and the mind gets purified. And Lord Krishna instructs Uddhava to surrender fully, controlling the senses and mind. Then, as the closing advice, Lord gives that which has been most secret and confidential is one, because he is the most faithful, as we do see on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Srimad Bhagavad Gita was told to Arjuna. Similarly, here we do see that this chapter highlights that the one who crosses the ocean of material existence only by taking shelter of the Lord. And so it is the ultimate culmination of a spiritual knowledge. Okay. So the first point is devotion to God, that is bhakti. So at the heart of this text lies a profound importance of loving devotion to Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagwan Sri Krishna. And this central theme inspires devotees to immerse themselves in constant remembrance, glorification, and engagement in Krishna's unique, human like, sweet, transcendental pastimes, which are unmatched by those of even his Narayan expansions. So these pastimes, they are called as Divya Leelas. So this focus is fundamental, asserting that true spiritual fulfillment is achieved through heartfelt devotion rather than mere intellectual exercises or impersonal meditation. So bhakti is exalted as a supreme spiritual practice, asserting that pure love for God paves a path to liberation and everlasting bliss. So, this perspective starkly contrasts with impersonal philosophies which fail to cultivate a personal relationship with the divine. So, here is the call to devotion. Lord Krishna begins by identifying the symptoms of one who is situated in knowledge. So, Srila Prabhupada also emphasizes in his teachings that this devotional service, the unalloyed devotion, that is being very important if one want to serve on this path. So what is being told is the qualities of a saintly person. So we do see that uh, this particular text articulates about 28 noble qualities defining a saintly person, such as mercy, tolerance, truthfulness, and a steady mind. So, these virtues are essential for fostering harmonious living and nurturing spiritual growth. So, this section serves as a practical guide for aspirants, illuminating the attributes that are vital for cultivating a character aligned with divine service and devotion. So all these qualities, they do encapsulate the essence of a devotee's life, emphasizing that genuine spirituality is manifested through moral and ethical conduct, which in turn promotes community and personal growth within the realm of devotion. So we'll be discussing this at quite a greater length further also. So first we'll see these points in brief. So the third point is association with devotees, that is sadhu sang. And sadhu sang is the essence. So sadhu is not just a dress that is being worn by our spiritual master, but it is a state of unalloyed attachment towards Krishna. So here we can see that the critical importance of associating with pure devotees as foundational for deepening one's devotion and understanding of the nature of God. So this theme emphasizes about the spiritual progress that can be achieved through the community and mutual support, showcasing how individual practice flourishes through shared experiences and teachings. So the concept of Sangha, that is Sadhu Sangha, emphasizes the collective nature of spirituality. So it has been, we do follow congregational chanting. Okay. So that is uh, what one can transcend from this material life that has been possible with congregational chanting. That is the Sangha of devotees, the association of devotees, A for association. So, asserting that individual advancement is intrinsically linked to the development of others within the faith of the community. So, then the next point is about worship and rituals. So, this text dwells into various forms of worship we'll be seeing in detail, including temple rituals, festivals, and personal offerings which are offered to Lord Krishna, illustrating their profound significance in the practice of devotion. So, by detailing these practices through sadhana bhakti and all we do worship for the Archa Vigraha and etc., this passage elucidates the tangible expressions of love and dedication that devotees offer to Lord. So this theme reinforces that worship is not just a ritual, but a vital expression of devotion. So acting as a profound bridge between the material and spiritual realms. So it suggests that rituals performed with love and intentions are powerful conducts for connecting with the divine. So we'll be discussing at quite great lengths. Then understanding God's nature. Okay, so just now Raksha Mataji also in recap session have discussed about who is the Lord is Purna Purushottam, he is Shad Aishwarya Purna, Sachidananda Swarup. So Krishna's dual nature is both immanent and transcendent, revealing how Krishna can be worshipped in various forms, including within nature and through diverse deities. So, this exploration is crucial for grasping this comprehension and this view of the divine, enabling devotees to recognize Krishna's omnipresence while appreciating his personal attributes. Okay, so we also see Prahlad Maharaj when Hiranyakashipu asked him, "Where is your Lord?" So he didn't look to his guards and his mother, isn't it? So he pointed towards the pillar. So he has that vision. He had seen the Lord in the pillar itself. So such a faith, stark faith is required in this particular devotional service. So by detailing Krishna's nature, this passage encourages devotees to cultivate a deeper and more intimate relationship with the divine, illustrating that Krishna is accessible in countless different forms. Those are called as different avatars, kala, and etc. And the context, thus enriching one's spiritual journey. Then the next point out of the 7 points is the sixth one, the impermanence of material pursuits. Dukhalayam ashashvatam, this material world is. This passage serves as a poignant reminder about the distractions of material desires. So, emphasizing that true fulfillment arises from devotion rather than ephemeral worldly achievements. So, this message reminds us of the transient nature of material life, highlighting the futility of seeking lasting happiness through external means. So, the stark contrast between material pursuits and spiritual devotion illuminates the ultimate goal of human existence to transcend fleeting pleasures and focus on everlasting spiritual fulfillment through a heartfelt connection with the divine. Then the seventh one is this mystical knowledge and faith. So this text conveys that a genuine understanding of God and spiritual truths emerges from faith, shraddha, and devotion, not solely from intellectual inquiry. So just now, Dipti Mataji said this knowledge is the knowledge about the Lord and his pastimes. So this theme champions the transformative power of love and surrender in uncovering spiritual truths, distinguishing between mere knowledge and profound experiential realization. So, this perspective challenges the belief that knowledge alone can lead to liberation, advocating instead for a heartfelt approach to spirituality that fosters genuine connection with the divine. So, in conclusion, it can be said that these thematic elements together create a rich and compelling school of devotional philosophy, underscoring the paramount importance of love, communal support, moral integrity, and the multifaceted nature of God on the profound journey towards spiritual fulfillment. Okay, so here we'll see as per Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary, this points about the rationale behind this point and its philosophical significance. So the description for this was Jiva and Maya. So what is the nature of soul? Okay, so it is the Jiva. So the Jiva is the individual spirit soul as depicted as eternal fragment of supreme personality of Godhead, and that experiences the bondage and liberation that arise solely from the influence of Maya, that is being called as illusion. So it asserts that the soul's true nature remains unchanged. It has been eternal regardless of the transient conditions imposed by material existence. So it boldly challenges the common notion that liberation is a distant goal, illuminating the truth that the soul is inherently free and eternal, regardless of external circumstances. So the understanding of this theme is crucial for grasping the stark distinction between a conditioned soul and a liberated soul, as emphasized in various sacred texts. So comprehending the essence of the soul is vital for recognizing one's identity beyond physical existence and material entanglements. So this realization lays the groundwork for profound spiritual awakening. Then is the role of Maya illusion. So, what's Maya? It's the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and it crafts our perception of duality and material existence, leading us to experience happiness, distress, attachment, detachment. So, this passage likens material experiences to the fleeting nature of dreams, emphasizing their deceptive quality and fostering a sense of disillusionment. So, just as dreams can evoke vivid sensations, yet remain ultimately illusory, the pleasures and pains of material life can similarly mislead us. So, by understanding Maya, illusory energy, individuals can pierce through superficial experiences to uncover the deeper truths of existence. So, this particular text about the role of Maya illustrates how Maya manipulates the Jiva, underscoring the importance, just like the puppet, when Srila Prabhupada went to went on Jaladuta to Boston Harbor with just 40 rupees in the pocket, which were not worthy enough also for his survival, but still, he said humbly that I'm just a puppet. If you want to let me dance, let me dance. And Lord Krishna, it was his prayers. So, individuals can pierce through superficial experiences to uncover the deeper truths of existence and how Maya manipulates the Jiva, underscoring the importance of this theme for understanding the nature of material existence. So, recognizing the grip of Maya empowers individuals to detach from material desires and illusions, clearing the path for spiritual growth and the pursuit of genuine happiness, which can only be found in connection with the Supreme. So, as we know, the scientist Louis Pasteur also says that chance favors the prepared mind. So it is the opportunity. So Maya Devi also tells us whether we are really devotee or not. So whether we are leading a conditioned life. So, and as per our capabilities, efficiencies, resources, we do have such difficult question papers also to appear. So next is about the knowledge and ignorance, that is Vidya and Avidya respectively. So what's Vidya is the knowledge is the key to liberation, while Avidya, that is ignorance, chains the soul in bondage. So both concepts emanate from the supreme energy and play pivotal roles in the journey of the soul. So Vidya embodies the understanding of one's true essence and relationship with the Supreme, facilitating liberation from the relentless cycle of birth and death. So this urgent emphasis on spiritual knowledge, so that is being very much required, and we can understand that this material life or this avidya, and it is just the fleeting experience, and this duality underscores the critical need to acquire a divine wisdom to transcend ignorance. So this dynamic interplay between vidya and avidya, they both are essential in elucidating how jivas navigate through existence in the material world. This material world is of this dvanda, isn't it? And so Jiva has to go through all this. So it has been very painful process basically. So this theme highlights the transformative potential of knowledge in achieving liberation. So it serves as an inspiring call for individuals to seek out spiritual teachings that deepen their understanding of the self and the supreme, leading to a more enriched state of being. The duality of existence, the fourth point is The simultaneous presence of the Supreme Lord and the conditioned soul within the same body, Atma and Paramatma, so illustrates the intricate duality of existence where the eternal and the temporal coexist. So this body is temporary, but Atma is the eternal, soul is the eternal one, and they do coexist. Through evocative metaphors like the two birds in a tree that takes portrays the jiva, the bird consuming the fruit, as engaged in material pursuits, while Paramatma, the non-eating bird, remains ever detached and all aware. So this powerful imagery elucidates the relationship between the individual soul and the Supreme, illuminating their distinct roles while affirming their profound interconnectedness. So this metaphorical depictions of these two birds on a tree, so it conveys the relationship between the jiva and Paramatma, emphasizing the complexities of existence. This comprehending this duality is essential for the jiva to acknowledge its divine connection while skillfully navigating the intricacies of material life. So this recognition fosters a harmonious approach to living, actively engaging with the world while cultivating spiritual awareness. So, as per Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary, so we'll go through about this, the fifth point out of this 8. So, this detachment and engagement. So, a truly liberated soul navigates the world with a remarkable ability to engage in various activities without succumbing to attachment. So, this witness like presence allows for rich experiences while remaining unaffected by them. So, this theme highlights the profound significance of acting without being tethered to the results. And so, it unwavers the life complexities and gives us inner peace. So, understanding this particular theme of detachment and engagement is vital for learning how to thrive in this material world without letting it dictate one's state of being. So, mastering this art of detachment amid life's engagement is essential for spiritual progression. So, it encourages individuals to act freely, unshackled by desires or expectations, which facilitates a more serene and concentrated spiritual practice. So the misery of material existence, what especially Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, so it dwells into the deep suffering that stems from material attachments and unfulfilled pursuits. The thing which gives us more happiness, the same thing gives us distress someday. So, so this particular distractions, okay, so um, from this genuine spiritual growth, so they do enhances the sufferings by drawing parallels to unwise endeavors like caring for a cow that yields no milk. It powerfully illustrates the futility of investing time in epiphemeral pursuits that do not provide true fulfillment. It critiques the fixation on transient elements such as wealth, relationship, and knowledge. So, when they lack a foundation of devotion. So, this critical awareness compels individuals to reassess their priorities, urging them to elevate spiritual growth above material accumulation. So, what Paisa Prasiddhi, okay, so that is all is temporarily and it will vanish a day. So, what one should concentrate on is to elevate ourselves on this particular spiritual path. And yes, there lies the fulfillment, there lies the happiness, true happiness. So this theme echoes throughout the passage, offering a necessary caution about misplaced priorities. So it enlightens individuals regarding the dangers of material bondage, serving as a clarion call to shift focus towards spiritual enlightenment. So acknowledging the misery inherent in material existence inspires deeper devotion to spiritual growth. So, this newfound awareness paves the way for a more meaningful and purposeful life anchored for the higher ideals. So, the importance of devotion or bhakti, where lies the importance of this devotional service. So it underscores that mere knowledge and scriptural study are rendered ineffective without heartfelt devotion to the Supreme Lord. So true understanding is born from an intimate relationship with the divine, where love and dedication infuse knowledge with transformative power. So this takes cautions against intellectual pursuits detached from bhakti, suggesting that without this essential devotion, efforts may ultimately prove hollow. So one needs to nurture our relationship, loving relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead and unlock the true essence of spiritual wisdom. So this contrast drawn between knowledge and pursuit for its own sake and understanding deepened by devotion emphasizes the unparalleled significance of bhakti in the spiritual journey. So this accentuates bhakti as the ultimate pathway to liberation, and it affirms that spiritual knowledge reaches its zenith when grounded in devotion, urging individuals not just to seek knowledge but to cultivate a loving bond with the Supreme. So this enriched relationship infused with love and dedication reveals the full potential of spiritual understanding. So then is the unity in diversity. So this text illustrates that while the Jiva is a fragment of the Supreme, so it experiences an intricate tapestry of diversity in its activities and existence. So there are 84 lakh jivas. So, so this jivas, they do emerge as a unique expression of divine consciousness, capable of myriad experiences, yet fundamentally united with the Supreme. So this theme emphasizes that although individual souls may manifest diverse experiences, they do share a common divine origin. So understanding this theme is pivotal for grasping the intricate relationship between the individual soul and the Supreme, providing a holistic perspective on existence. Recognizing the unity within diversity nurtures compassion and connection with all beings. So it fosters the insight that despite our differences, all souls embark on a shared journey towards ultimate truth and liberation. So as the conclusion for this is, so it not only enhances our clarity but also deepens the impact of the thematic elements presented, and it interlinks to offer a comprehensive perspective on the nature of existence, the role of jiva, and the path to spiritual liberation. Yes, the nature of devotional service, that is bhakti. So as we know, it is not just bhakti is not only the ritual or the intellectual exercise, but it flourishes a deeply personal, heartfelt relationship with Lord Krishna. So it embodies unwavering faith, profound love, and an eagerness to serve Krishna in myriad forms. And this true devotion surpasses merely fulfilling prescribed duties. And it is about nurturing a genuine connection with the divine. So, highlighting the essential qualities of a genuine devotee and their profound relationship with Krishna is crucial for grasping bhakti as a supreme path to spiritual enlightenment. So, this approach emphasizes the importance of sincere, heartfelt devotion over the mere mechanical practice of rituals, understanding that true devotion is rooted in the love and connection just rather than considering it as the ritual or the routine. So this particular theme of devotional service, how it reveals the essence of spiritual life that lies in cultivating a loving relationship with Krishna, and that is through sadhana bhakti. As Srila Prabhupada has given us the sadhana bhakti, as per Srila Rupa Goswami path also, we do follow sadhana bhakti, and it roots the spiritual practice in the heart other than intellect, guiding students to understand that true fulfillment emanates from love and surrender and far beyond just mere knowledge or duty. Yes, what the divine wisdom from this particular chapter is the qualities of a true devotee. So the chapter, what Lord Krishna is telling to Uddhava is about what the Vaishnava can have these particular qualities. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also has said that these qualities, they are just like the jewels and they do decorate the pure devotees. So these qualities, they are not just the forced behaviors, but the natural ornaments, ubhushana, that do appear as the heart is cleansed by chanting Hare Krishna. Okay. So what are these 28 qualities they are? So it is that devotee is merciful, that is Kripalu, then is humble, then is truthful, devotee is equal, faultless, then is magnanimous, mild and gentle, so is clean, follow Suchi, so without any possession, that is Akinchan, then works for everyone, then is peaceful, exclusively surrendered. Krishna Eka Sharana. So it has been very special quality of a devotee. Then is Akam, that is desireless. Then is indifferent. Then is steady, that is sthir, controls the six senses. Then it's only as required. Meet a book. So then is prudent. Okay, apramatta, then is respectful and without pride, amani, so is very humble. Okay, so Trinadapi Sunichin, as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has also said, so without pride, then is grave, gambhir, sincere, compassionate, friendly, poetic, expert, and silent, etc. So, uh, so this all these qualities, it has been said that as per Srimad Bhagavatam 5.18.12, so all the demigods and their exalted qualities such as knowledge and renunciation, they do become manifest in the body of a devotee. That means who has developed unalloyed devotion for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So what the devotee is? So the moon does not struggle to shine its light. It reflects the sun and conquers the night. So to the devotee, just like moon gets the light from the sun and illuminates the world, similarly, the devotee through his service, seva, and prayers reflects Krishna's beauty pastimes beyond all compare. So not by his strength, nor by his own might, but by the grace of Lord, he becomes a beacon of light. Okay, so we can see the example of pure devotee as Prahlad Maharaj also. So we can see all such qualities exclusively surrendered, sthir, ajata shatru. Okay, so even after all torture, when Lord Narsimhadev appeared and offered a boon to Prahlad, asked me what you want. So Prahlad Maharaj didn't ask for a kingdom, didn't ask for the revenge towards his father, but he asked for his father's deliverance. See what Dayalu and Kripalu and merciful, like we do see Nityanand Prabhu also was so merciful with Jagai and Madai. And so we do see that what a mercy we have got in this platform of ISKCON. Okay, so it has been possible with the mercy of devotees of Lord. So we can see in a package deal. So this devotional service, a pure devotee follows with Navavida Bhakti that has been nurtured, all these qualities. So these are pre-installed in the soul, but this simply required to nurture, uh, to water it with Maha Mantra, and it will get sprout. So likewise, we do see the devotee follows Navavida Bhakti. So here we can see that these virtues, they are crucial for fostering a harmonious environment and mirror the devotee's profound connection with Krishna. A devotee remains undisturbed by external circumstances, thira, treating both happiness and distress with equanimity. So by
Hare
repeating
Krishna,
this
Hare
quality,
Krishna Mother, the screens are not matching what you are reading. I think you are falling behind. Just check that screen which we are sharing and
on 10th, Prabhuji,
okay.
is it visible? Is it 10th slide, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes, we can see the 10th slide.
Okay, okay. So by detailing these qualities, now it is from second to B point I am going through. So by detailing these qualities, this takes powerfully illustrates the transformative impact of bhakti on one's character. So as students recognize that these traits blossom through devotion, they can see how their spiritual practices influence their behavior and improve their interactions with others. So this theme emphasizes that true devotion extends beyond personal spirituality and it invites individuals to contribute positively to the world. So it instills a sense of responsibility in students to embody these qualities, empowering them to become agents of compassion and peace within their community. So these are the few qualities we have seen of pure devotee and how worship it is being followed. Yeah, we will also see in great details. Okay, so the role of association with the devotees, that is sadhu sang, and this underscores the profound importance of associating with fellow devotees. The company of like-minded individuals not only strengthens one's faith but also provides invaluable support on the path of bhakti. So shared experiences, insightful discussions, and collective worship significantly enhances the spiritual growth. So this reinforces the idea that spiritual growth can be a communal endeavor where collective energy uplifts and enriches individual experiences. So, this highlights the critical role of community in the spiritual journey. While personal devotion is vital, the encouragement and reinforcement from a supportive community can lead to profound realizations and experiences of the divine, fostering a deep sense of belonging among students. So, amongst devotees, here we can see um, what what are the supreme what is the supreme position of Lord Krishna. So here it has been said that Lord Krishna is illuminated as the ultimate reality and the source of all creation, embodying divine qualities that render him accessible to devotees. So he can manifest in various forms to fulfill the heartfelt desires of his devotees while revealing his divine nature and remaining intimately involved in their lives. So, by portraying Krishna as both transcendent and immanent, we can appreciate the duality of his nature. So, this understanding enriches their motivation to explore the multifaceted relationship they can cultivate with the divine, realizing that engagement with Krishna can occur in diverse and meaningful ways. So, how we do reciprocate by worship, no? Service to the deity, like we do clean the temples, we do decorate the Lord, we do dance before the deities, and they're not just the symbolic acts, but they do nourish our spirituality. So likewise we can see that by scrubbing the floor of the temple, we can scrub the dirt of our hearts, no? um, so the shloka in Chaitanya Shikshashtakam also, we can see this particular verse is there. Okay, so one can worship with the deity, we can reciprocate. Uh, we Okay, so they are not just the rituals, but the respect offered to the deities. We do worship Lord, we do offer obeisances, we do circumambulate, we do go for Dham Nivas, we do sing and dance, we do celebrate festivals. Okay, the way a devotee relishes the relationship with Lord Krishna. Okay, so one offers offering to the Lord. So yes, can through the Shravanam, one can understand that Lord is the only shelter. Okay, and the worshipper becomes the property of the worshipable by such surrender. And so, the path of surrender, it is being told just by speech, by body, by mind, by such offerings. One can become dear to Lord Krishna. So one can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. One can offer seva with the deities in the temple. One can remember um, Lord and his pastimes. One can study Srimad Bhagavatam, and one can offer the fruits of our profession. One can be resourceful by offering sevas to the temple and in the mission of ISKCON. Okay, so these are the different ways one can become a best devotee. That these are the most possible ways, and the best surrender one can that so knowledge is just like the shell of a nut, but bhakti is the kernel. And if you have the shell without the kernel, you have nothing to it. So real intelligence is using everything, one's wealth, words, life in Krishna's service. Okay, yukta vairagya it can be said as. So one can be compassionate, one can be detached, one can follow surrender. Okay. So the world may roar with storm and strife, but the devotee haunts the song of life. In every flower, in every breeze, is Krishna's smiling face he sees. Okay, so is the such relationship we can see here at Prashil Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So the methods of worship, including rituals, festivals, and act of service, they are performed with sincerity and devotion without any aparadh. So worship can be both formal and informal, can be personal offerings or communal celebrations. Likewise, we do celebrate festivals. Just had Gaur Purnima festival and now will be Ramnami festival. So by providing a practical guidance on this worship, so it has been made accessible and relatable, and it encourages to find personal expressions of bhakti that resonate with their individual experiences. So this particular theme, the process of worship. So how okay, one can establish sambandha with the Lord. So by worshipping Him. So bhakti is in the active process, focusing on engagement and participation rather than mere just observance. And it teaches all of us that all actions performed with love and devotion can be an expression of worship, making spirituality a part of daily life and can make it as a routine. So it is the path of surrender one needs to follow and focus on Lord through this process of bhakti yoga. Okay, so that is a challenge, and one can celebrate how we can support each other. In community we are talking about, so we can have a spiritual ecosystem that will foster this particular all these qualities, that one can be humble than the blade of grass, and one can be tolerant than a tree, and such a spiritual radicalism in a world that prizes self-assertion. So one should celebrate the sevas and praise each other. Okay, the honor exchange practice, give and take, the dati pratigrahanati, guyamakyati prichati, bhukte bhojate chaiva. So uh, one can have safe spaces for vulnerability. So we can support growth of being honest about our struggles. If we pretend to be perfect devotees, we create culture of spiritual pride, and authenticity allows others to breathe and grow at their own pace. So one should be careful. And yes, all these qualities, among that is truthful, gentle, and gentleness. So a critical balance is required. So here we are learning the process of worship. We are learning who Lord Krishna is. What are the qualities of a pure devotee? So the two qualities that truthful and gentle. Okay. So it is being said that being truthful, that means one is labeled as brutally honest, no? And the second one being gentle, so is labeled as weakly nice. So but in Krishna consciousness we do have both these sides together, huh? It's so wonderful here. So in this world of hypocrisy, the material world is, there are fake news, the filter news, etc. Okay, So how the devotee is not just telling the lies, is not just labeled that he don't tell lies, but he lives in accordance with the absolute truth. Okay, so yes, that is the very great quality of a pure devotee, and it is the highest honesty we can see. And in Srimad Bhagavad Gita also it is being said. Then the second quality, gentleness. है ना? So stress and competition make us hard, but we become cynical and sharp tongued to protect ourselves. A devotee is gentle because they have no axe to grind, and when one is satisfied in Krishna consciousness, you don't need to push others down to feel high. So gentleness, it becomes the byproduct in our devotional service. So these are the few things when we are practicing bhakti, one can correct each other, okay, gods with god brothers and god sister, but not make mistakes. One can be truthful also, and one can be gentle also, so the balance can be maintained. Then the sangha, proper sangha is required. One can be there in small groups, as the way we are here together. So then is active listening. So gentleness is often expressed simply by giving someone our full undivided attention. And it nowadays it becomes so easy. So there are WhatsApp group, mails. Okay. So it becomes easy and we don't have to run anywhere else for such a divine balance. So these are the few very important takeaways from this. And the six limbs of Sharanagati. no? So detachment and surrender. Okay, surrender in bhakti. So the text discusses the need for detachment from material desires and duties, emphasizing that true devotion involves prioritizing one's relationship with Krishna above all else. A devotee recognizes the transient nature of worldly attachments and seeks fulfillments in the divine love. So, understanding detachment helps us to see that while responsibilities are important, they should not overshadow their spiritual goals. So, this perspective encourages them to cultivate a mindset of surrender, allowing them to focus on their inner spiritual journey without being hindered by external distractions. So, this emphasizes the liberating power of surrender in bhakti. So, Sharanagati, right? So it's very important to begin our path of devotional service. So it teaches us that true freedom comes from letting go of material attachments and fully embrace the divine relationships, leading to deeper peace and fulfillment. So, as per Hari Bhakti Vilas and Sharanagati by Sril Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So, Anukulasya Sankalpa, so accepting things which are favorable to bhakti. Okay, so how surrender is possible? So pratikulasya varjanam, reject the things which are unfavorable. We should try to say no. That will protect us from yes. So one should be careful about. Then um, the faith that Lord Krishna will protect us. So it is the safety net uh, towards all those jiva, so the devotees especially, and it is the net through which Lord is going to protect us. And so it is the realization of Srila Prabhupada also, we know. So one can be in danger, one can be in any situation, but one can understand that we should not feel that I am all alone. Next is accepting Krishna as the only maintainer. Okay. So yoga kshemam vahamyam. Okay. As per Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is my only master and provider. So then is the full self-dedication, Atma Nikshepa. So this is the offering of the self. It is moving from my life to his life. Okay. Now, whatever life I am leading, it is not my life, but it will be aligned with the desires of this Lord. It is his life. So, like a piece of wood which has been thrown into a fire becomes a fire. A soul thrown into Krishna consciousness in the devotional service also gets spiritualized. Then is acknowledging ourselves with humility. So it is the honest cry of the heart, my dear Krishna, I have no qualification, but I'm yours. Okay. And yes, one can progress on this bhakti path. So, this process of worship, as per through sincere devotional service, individuals experience a profound transformation that leads to the development of virtues and the shading of negative qualities. So, bhakti is shown as a purifying force that elevates consciousness and brings one closer to Krishna. So, highlighting this transformative nature of bhakti is to recognize that their spiritual practices are not just about reaching goals, but are also about evolving as individuals. So, this understanding fosters a sense of hope and motivation, encouraging them to engage wholeheartedly in their spiritual journey. So it highlights that bhakti is an active process focusing on engagement and participation rather than just mere observance. So it teaches us that all actions performed with love and devotion can be an expression of worship, making spirituality a part of daily life. So I do have one poem for this. It is not the flower, but the heart that picks it. It is not the song, but the love that sings it. When the hand sweeps the floor for the Lord of the soul, the broken pieces of the heart are fully and finally made whole. Surrender is not a loss of will or a heavy chain. It is not a burden for devotees. It is the past earth finally receiving the rain. Okay, so likewise, we can see that how a pure devotee can get absorbed in Krishna consciousness. So, by elaborating on these thematic elements, one can gain a deeper understanding of the principles of bhakti and how to cultivate them in their own lives. So, each of these themes provides a practical framework for personal growth, fostering a holistic approach towards spirituality that emphasizes love, community, and transformation. So, this deeper understanding will empower us to engage more meaningfully with the teachings of bhakti and apply them in everyday life. So, likewise, we can see that. So, this is the divine wisdom Lord Krishna has given to Uddhavji. And yes, this was the essence of this chapter, the qualities of pure devotee. And the ultimate culmination of the spiritual knowledge is pure devotion, which enables the soul to transcend material dualities and gain liberation. So we do have, as per Srimad Bhagavatam book, the 12th chapter. The next one is from 11th Canto, Beyond Renunciation and Knowledge. So that will be taken in our next session. So I hope I have given the justice what was to be required. And if you have any questions, His Grace Sharad Prabhuji and all devotees are there can answer. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. So nice class, Mataji. So wonderful class. So many takes away. We have to develop so many qualities.
Thank
बस
you.
भगवान को वही कहना है कि आई एम योर्स.
Yes.
Hare
Thank
Krishna,
you,
Mother.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mother. So heavy dose, basically a kind of devotional side. I have a couple of things. Just maybe highlight little more on that. While saying worshipping, we mentioned how to do a formal and informal worship. I still unable to grasp that. You know how what constitutes a formal worship, what constitutes as the informal worship.
Just a minute. Maybe it is directly or indirectly. That means one is cleaning the floor, the indirect sevas, or one is directly going for deity worship, Vigraha seva.
So you are trying formal worship means
Yeah,
cleaning the floor is
Incense,
formal or
flowers, offering prasadam to the deities, Mahaprasad.
Yes, what is meant directly when you are worshipping the Lord, the Lord is in the altar. There are so many things. There are proper procedures laid out, and you follow as per that. But behind that, there are so many things.
Yes.
Like somebody is cooking the prasadam, somebody is making the garlands, somebody is cleaning the floor outside the temple, which is not the altar but outside. Like there are so many other things. Looking after the guest, all these things, they will be, you can say, informal. And another way to understand this, informal means when one transcends the present state, he becomes a pure devotee of the Lord. That time he is not following any rules and regulations. While we are following, we are supposed to, we are bound to follow at this time. They can do anything after something or before something like this. We can understand that way.
Yeah, I think makes more sense on that because we see the advanced devotees. You are asking salt today and then tomorrow you will ask something else, right? So
Yes.
look at those. Wow. So we are sadhana bhaktis. We try to make sure that every roti is cooked nicely, every vegetable is cooked right. So as a bhoga, and we offer. All the flowers are arranged. So it's a sadhana. So sadhana bhakti
Yes.
that we do. I think it makes on that. But because otherwise what happen, even other side you say that direct, that means only those who are doing aartis, direct devotion, those who are other than that. But in both ways, my understanding, and you correct me, whether somebody is doing aarti or somebody is observing that aarti, both get the same sukruti, both get the same
Yes.
grace.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah. So there's no difference in that. So and it's very critical because the way I think highlighted here, devotional in the devotional service worship today's. If you look at that today's, more emphasis again, worship, because that directly connects us to right to Lord, right, on that. So very nicely explained, Mataji. Today. Another one. I don't know whether you can answer based on others. Question. The always we talk of heartfelt devotional service, right? So I will go back. I'm technically look at that way. Suppose we are listening your class today. Nine process of devotional service. This can be applied anywhere. Shravanam or Archanam or any place. So how to see that somewhere we can understand, but how to understand that we want to hear you, but we want to hear with a heartfelt devotion. How to do that? I don't know. We just hearing. We are trying to gather the information right now. At least I'm doing. How it can be converted into heartfelt hearing, for example, right? How you can look at it there?
Okay, what is actually meant by this? That we can practice devotional service by following the rules and regulations which we have understood from our seniors or from the guru or from the senior Vaishnavas. Now, more than that, that will come from the direct mercy of the Supreme Lord and nothing else. Now, your question is how to do this heartfelt service, or what are the symptoms which show that one is doing heartfelt service. Now, this thing is given very, very clearly in Padma Purana, in which Lord Shiva he is explaining to Mother Parvati what are the symptoms of a devotee. And that I understand as the heartfelt devotional service. And what are those? When you are taking the name of the Lord, water is coming in your eyes. Your your throat gets choked. You are the perspiring. You are sweating. Like this, not all the Ashtavikara, the symptoms that can come in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only, or somebody like him, but not in other devotees. But at least if some of these symptoms they are coming, then we can understand that our devotion has reached the correct level. Otherwise, we have a long way to go. This is clearly given in the Padma Purana.
So it says that status, right? So devotional service, we are beginners, right? I look at me
Yes,
as a
yes,
beginner.
there is no doubt
So
about it.
yeah, so as you go higher, so how they relish, heartfelt. So because that is what Lord looks at it. He looks at heartfelt. He looks at the cry. If he doesn't understand anything unless until we raise hand and cry for him, he's not going to listen. It's going to remain only on head. Thank you, Prabhuji. You explained nicely. Thanks, Mataji. You did very nice explanation. Thank you.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। प्रभु जी, ये हार्ट फेल पे एक श्लोका जो है ना, शिष्टाष्टकम का, नयनम गलदश्रु धारया वदनम गद गद हृदया गिरा
Yes.
पुलकित निश्चिंत वपु तदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति। जब हाई
Yes.
कॉन्शियसनेस जाएंगे तभी हो पाएगा, है ना प्रभु?
Yes, that is very, very true. Actually, what happens, many of the Sanskrit words, they do not have equivalent English translation. That's why our understanding also remains faulty. Like if you read the translation in Hindi, in Hindi it uses the Sanskrit words also. Then the correct understanding actually comes in many of the things, like especially in Prema Bhakti. Those things they cannot come up in English language. So that's why our understanding is also not very, very correct. But at least we are trying to understand something which we did not know earlier. But if somebody wants to go into the details, then Sanskrit or Brajvasa or Hindi, they are the correct languages. We should not deride them. Any other question or comments?
Nice questions, Guruji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you very much. I could hear the first half or second half was very nice. And you mentioned about the six angas of Sharanagati. So that is very nice. Like, as you mentioned, like it is the first two, Anukula and Pratikula, that we have to follow. And then the remaining thing is what, as you said, we get a gift from the Lord. And based on that, He will reward us with the remaining angas. And also, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is this pastime of Srivas Thakur, right? I think that is a very good example, like how he loses his son. But despite of that, he's always willing to happily treat the Lord. So, yeah.
Okay, like
Prabhuji, again,
yes.
yeah,
Yes,
again
yes,
on
Lord.
that one, just one second, Prabhuji, and then you can add little more. It's not only the first two, Anukulis Sankalpa, Particulas Bhajanam, but other also are there, right? Developing faith in him, Riksha, so that he is the only protector. So it's our part. It's not Lord's part. I believe all the six angas are meant for us. If I'm wrong, Prabhuji, or correct me on that.
Yeah, these are the six angas of Saranagati. If somebody says, I'll do what is Anukulyasa Sankalpa or Pratikulyasa Varjanam, but I will not have any faith on the Supreme Lord, I
Yeah.
don't think that he will protect me when there is a need, then that is not Saranagati. All the
Mm.
things should be there.
Right. All six should come because it's not a one exclusive. It's one and another. No. Eventually, everything.
And in our Gaudiya Vaishnava, this is ingrained in the Bhakti philosophy. But as we heard in Sri Sampradaya, there is a separate subject altogether, and that is given much importance there.
Prabhuji, I have a small poem on surrender. May I read?
Yes, yes.
I wandered through 1,000 lives with heavy chains of me and mine. I tried to rule a tiny world and failed 1,000 times. But now I lay my burden down beneath your lotus feet, where the salt of all my bitter tears becomes a nectar sweet.
Yes, yes, this is
Wonderful,
Very
Mataji.
wonderful,
Very
Mataji.
good.
Wonderful poem, Mataji.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Wonderful, Mataji. Very nice. Heart touching.
But due to this, I could get less time to read this. I just read twice the chapter.
Yeah, yes, yes.
राधा विनोद प्रभु जी, अगर 6 अंगाज नहीं होगे तो नंद नंदन प्रार्थना नहीं सुनेंगे, ऐसा शिला भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर अपने एक सॉन्ग में कहते हैं.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes,
they are related. All six are related, one after another.
yes, yes, Prabhu.
Starting with the lower in. We cannot say higher or lower, but the first two are there. We have to follow. Then rest of things may come within us, but it has to come. Right? Other four.
Yes,
Wonderful
Prabhu.
poem, wonderful song, Mataji, and
Yeah.
wonderful session. Thank you very much.
Like
Thank you.
we are talking of Anukulyasya Sankalpa. Like you see, Yashoda Mata, what she did, in that Leela of Krishna, he wanted to drink milk, but what she did, she kept him away and went where the milk was boiling.
Yeah.
That is not Anukulyasya Sankalpa. That was against the wish of the Supreme Lord. Then how can that be bhakti?
But Acharya talks about that, Prabhuji, right? It was meant for the
Yes.
Lord. So how you interpret? Everything is the perspective. At the mother's perspective, she thought that he's anyway with me and drinking my milk, but that is also required because it was the Diwali time. So different perspective you look at that, right?
Yes, and but there can be many interpretations. Like in the spiritual world, when the Lord is there, everything is spiritual around him. Even that milk is spiritual, that pot is spiritual, that fire is spiritual. Now, what the milk is thinking? Milk is thinking, my fate is like this. I am not able to be taken by Krishna. He is not using me. So, what Yashoda Mata is doing, she is helping the devotee. And as we know, devotee is more important than the Lord. There can be many other interpretations are there of this Leela. And you see, say, the Kamsa, whatever he was doing, that was pratikula. That was against what Krishna wanted. But still, that was bhakti. Is that bhakti? Bhakti in the wrong way. But still, he was benefited.
Yeah, Prabhuji, on another thing, I was reading the same 11th chapter. One place it's nicely mentioned relation between talking about two things, right? Jiva and Ishvara. That is the Paramatma or the Ishvara. They talk about Jiva to Jiva and Jiva to Ishvara. Because when the dualities are mentioned, I think in one place it mentions about um, I'm just trying to get that word. there's a differentiation is made, like condition and liberated soul, right? These are the two parts. So condition and liberated, but in one place it looks like Lord is referred as a liberated soul, and that there is a comment on that. So Lord is not a liberated. Lord is always the liberated. There's nothing called because he never gets conditioned, so there's no question of liberation for him. I think there is what couple of slokas on that, Prabhuji.
Hey, the Lord is neither conditioned nor liberated.
Liberated, yes.
He is above that.
Is
And
above that.
these things we will be studying in the Achintya Veda Tattva also.
Okay.
About this conditioned and liberated. The class is there tomorrow. Charu Prabhuji will be taking it, and if he is not in a position, then I'll be taking that class. So we'll be studying more about conditioned and liberated souls.
Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
What about, okay, I have got a question. Okay, Krishna is the Paramatma. He is not a Jiva. What about Radharani? She is a Jiva or the Supreme Lord?
She is
मुझे
also
वो
Supreme Lord.
कृष्ण वाला ही तत्व है राधा रानी भी, वो भी उनको
Supreme Lord ही है प्रभु जी.
Okay, you are saying Radharani has been born from the body of Krishna. That is true. But it is, you may not be knowing, in Sri Sampradaya, they take Radharani as a Jiva only.
मगर प्रभु जी हम भक्ति का पर्सोनिफिकेशन कह सकते हैं ना राधा माता को.
Yes, yes, yes.
So again, we talk about Radharani, it's the energy also, right? Internal energy, or we
Yes.
call the like a
Radhini
Jiva.
Shakti
So
we call.
yeah, so if you look at that, I'm just thinking why this guy, why they are thinking like that, because if nobody talks about Krishna to Lord Balraman to other expansion, there's no question, because there's no energy, there's no question of energy. It's all expansions, right? So I
Yes.
don't know on that. But Radha Rani is the same. At the same time, we call there's no difference between Radha and Krishna, but we also say that it's a pleasure potency. That means Krishna has various potency. She is one of them potency, right? So that
Yes.
way also I don't know. We are not supposed to do offense or it's just trying to think it's minimizing that also part.
Prabhuji, we had never given a thought on this.
Yeah.
We do discover about Shiva, na? Lord Shiva.
Yes, like long time back we did this Radha Tattva course.
Yeah.
We studied all these things. There is no difference between Radha and Krishna. And in various Puranas, there are so many other stories like in Devi Bhagavata. It is given how what is the form of their love and all that. There are so many places we hear, but it is a correct understanding that there is no difference between Radha and Krishna.
Prabhuji, His Grace Charu Prabhuji also gives na on the last slide, thank you slide. So Srimati Radharani and Krishna, na?
Yes, 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 yes. They are the same entity, and they have separated eternally for a purpose. And Radha is the much more lenient or merciful than Krishna. And if she recommends, Krishna cannot say no. Like you have heard this story, for staying in Vrindavan for 3 nights, the permission can be given by Krishna only. More than that, it has to be granted by Radharani only. That means anybody who has stayed in Vrindavan for more than 3 nights should be sure that they have been blessed by Radharani only. So all these things are there in the Shastras.
Yeah, Prabhuji, since we are talking about Radha, I just one thing I'm trying to understand. It's when I during my visit recently, they say that if you want a Radha's mercy, then you should get a Lalita Lalita Sakhi's mercy. So they
Yes.
keep on extending. I don't know. So
Yes. When you go to Lalita Sakhi's village, there is a temple.
yes,
And
Uncha
on
Gaon,
that temple,
Uncha village, Uncha or something.
Yes, Ucha Gaon. Ucha
Uchi
Gaon.
Gaon. In that temple, there is a verse written on the entrance,
Yeah.
which clearly says that if you want to approach Radharani, you have to go through Lalita Sakhi.
Yeah, I'm preferring that because I have the picture that I went out there. So
But
again,
there is more to that.
yeah,
More to that means we in the Gaudiya Vaishnava system, we cannot go and ask Lalita Sakhi also. We have to go through Rupa Manjari because Rupa Manjari is our the Guru's leader.
प्रभु जी कुछ जगह जैसे मेरे पिछले क्वेश्चन से रिलेटेड है, कुछ जगह जैसे राधा को कृष्ण से भी ऊपर माना गया है, वो क्या कैसे किस उसमें मानते हैं हम?
नहीं, राधा को किस वजह से माना गया है? बिकॉज शी इज मोर मर्सीफुल. It is very easy to go through her. If she recommends something, it can never be denied by the Krishna. That is the reason. And
Okay.
you see in that form in Ramayana also, like for killing any of the demons, Rama always kept Sita away. She was not in front. And
Yes.
if she came in front, then she supported the other party and not Lord Rama because she is so merciful.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, that's right. Thank you, Prabhuji.
You know the story of Jayanta?
yeah, Jayanta, yeah, Indra's son, right?
Yes, Indra's son. How he was saved by by the
Sita, Mother Sita.
Mother Sita, Janaki ji.
Prabhuji, tell this story, please.
Yes,
It is there in the Ramayana. What happened? Indra's son Jayanta, he thought, how can Lord Rama be so powerful? I want to test him. Then he went to Lord Rama, and at that time, Lord Rama and Sita, they were there. Lakshmana was not there. Actually, Lakshman didn't know about this incident also. Now, what Jayanta did, Jayanta, he went and pecked the chest of Radharani, Sita, and blood came out. And seeing this, what Lord Rama did, Lord Rama, he sent in just a straw only at Jayanta, and Jayanta started running away. He went all over the world, 3 worlds, but nobody could save him. And en route, he met Narada Muni. Narada Muni, he told him, you go and take shelter of Lord Rama, he'll save you. Then he again came back, and then in front of Lord Rama and Sita, he fell down, and Sita, she proved that he is doing devotional service to you. And finally, what Rama did, since he had Jayanta had already done the mistake and offense, what he did, he made Jayanta lose one of his eyes, and he left him, and thereafter he became a devotee of the Lord. So, in very, very brief, this is what is the story.
Yeah,
It
if you
is-
go to Chitrakoot, if you go
yes,
to Prabhuji,
it
Chitrakoot,
happened
that
in Chitrakoot. Yes,
it is there, that the particular stone where
yes.
Lord Ram and and Lakshman was watching, he was away, but this it said that they had intimate relation, right? Sita and in a personal, they were sitting there in that relation. So possibly because Lakshman was
Actually, Lakshman was always staying at a distance in that
on the
hill.
mountain. Yeah,
Yes,
that's the top
yes,
mountain. Yeah, he was always monitoring from there,
yes.
not close to the. Okay.
Any other question or comments?
Thank you, Prabhuji, for wonderful story.
If there are no questions or comments, then we can conclude today's class with the Nrsimha prayers.
Yes, Prabhuji. Rajkumari Mataji, would you like to do nursing prayers?
Yes, Mataji, I do. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlad Lad Dahine. Prahlad Lad Dahine. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Shilatangkal Nakhalai. शिलाटङ्काल नखालाय इतो नरसिंहा परतो नरसिंहा यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा बहिर्नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा बहिर्नरसिंहा हृदये नरसिंहा नरसिंहदिं शरणं प्रपदे तव करकमलवरे नखाम् अद्भुतशृङ्गम् दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गम् केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे तव करकमलवरे नखाम् अद्भुतशृङ्गाम् दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गम् केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय हो नरसिंहदेव 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 जय हो प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय हो प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय हरे कृष्णा थैंक यू टू ऑल ऑफ यू दंडवत प्रणाम टू ऑल ऑफ यू हरे कृष्णा
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much, Nityasaki Mataji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nityasaki Mataji, Rajkumari
Thank
Mataji.
you. Hare
Dandavat pranam.
Nice.
थैंक यू ऑल माता जी नित्य सखी माता जी रक्षा माता जी
Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat pranam for the
Dandavat
wonderful
pranam
class.
to all devotees.
Dandavat pranam to all devotees.
Dandavat
We
pranam.
meet
Hare
tomorrow
Krishna.
See you
morning
in the
for
morning. See you in the morning.
प्रभु
Yes.
Yes, Mataji.
प्रभु जी टाइम क्या होगा उसमें जैसे आपके लिए वो हमारे लिए दैट विल बी 9 या 9:30
There is no change. Whatever timing was there, there is no change in that.
but in this USA Canada the time has been changed
10 o'clock is
No,
divided.
but we go as per the Indian timings.
it means okay Indian times is 6:30 na
6:30 in the
Yes,
morning,
6:30.
Mataji. 6:30.
it means 9 o'clock
It
9
should be
o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay, Mataji. Thank